Hi everyone, my name is piterpakulski. Today I'll be showing you how condition formulas, if formulas, are important in scenario analysis, in scenario building. These formulas are very simple, but they are very important. So for example, if you want to present your financial model to your partner, so you can create some vivid examples what way your business idea can go if you follow the scenario number 1, number 2, number 3, for example. If the basic scenario will happen, if pessimistic scenario will happen, if optimistic scenario will happen, and if I'm even using the word if in my speech. So if this happened, if that happened, this scenario. So if formulas, if condition formulas are very important when you are building some scenarios. And in this video, for example, the purpose of this video, this playlist is, for example, you have some business idea and you know almost nothing about Microsoft Excel, but you do have to some calculations about how much money you need to start the business, what will be the payback period, what will be the profit, what will be the revenues, so what will be the structure of revenues and expenses. You need to know this stuff, and you need to explain somehow your business partners that your business idea is worthwhile trying. So and in this video we'll be talking about how condition formulas can be helpful in scenario building. So for example, so we have the list of goods and services that we're going to sell, and we have a sales plan. We already have some coefficients for that. So here we set up the sales plan for our goods and services per month. But for example, we need to build some scenarios like basic scenarios, pessimistic scenario, and optimistic scenario, and to switch between all these scenarios and see what will be the payback period, for example. So how we can do that? So let's add some lines. I will be doing it right now from scratch on. So here we're adding the lines on the top. So you got to be on the top of your model, because when you'll be presenting this model to your partners, so you just start switching different scenarios, and your partner will see, and you will see, first of all, what will be the payback period, what financing you will be needing to go over this scenario. So first of all, let's create some kind of library of scenarios. So we have pessimistic scenario, basic scenario, and optimistic scenario. So let us have 3 scenarios. Here, first of all, we have to specify using data validation which scenario we are going to use as a current scenario. So we will use data validation list, and from our library we'll be selecting this range. So here we have our 3 scenarios. For example, let's start with basic. Then so this is the input, so we mark this cell with blue, like blues here, because blue is the color of all our inputs. Here they are. So these are the inputs, they are just values, as you can see here. So we are marking all values with blue color to make us and our business partners easily play with all the data that we setting up to get the financial values of payback period, net present value, and so on. So everybody must be able to play with your financial model very easily. Otherwise, they will close it and forget about that. So the current scenario is, for example, basic. Then what we are doing, we're specifying the values of sales plan for all these scenarios. So what we are doing, scenarios values. So scenarios values. So here will be the name of good or service that we are selling. Then here we will place the list of names. Then we will here we'll write current scenario. Then we will place pessimistic scenarios values. Then here we will place basic scenario, and here we will place optimistic scenario values of sales plan. So these here will be the inputs. So we mark this value with blues. So these are the values of sales plan for pessimistic scenario, basic scenario, and optimistic scenario. So for basic scenario, for example, we have sales plan units per month. We can just take it from here, for example. So this is the basic scenario. Then for optimistic scenario, we can take, for example, this value and multiply it by 30%, for example. And for pessimistic values of sales plan per month, we can take this value and multiply it and take just 70% of the basic scenario, for example, just to show you how it works. And then we will write a formula for the current scenario. So if this value, I'm freezing this cell, if this value equals to this value, then we are taking these values. Then if we are taking if this value equals to basic scenario, then we will take D. C here will be D, basic. Then if this equals to optimistic, we will take E value from here. Otherwise we will take if 0. Then we extrapolate this formula to the bottom. So let's check formulas. Seems they are okay. So now we can, for example, let's undo that. We can insert here some valuable data. like for example simple payback period value. Then total financing needed, for example. Now I can copy the simple payback period diagram to the top to make us just see the picture. And now what we can do, we can we got to link these values and put these values to sales plan here. So we just put here equals, then press enter, extrapolate this formula to the bottom, nothing changes as inside values. So these cells are not inputs anymore, so we color them for the regular colors. They are not blues anymore. And let's look at the magic. So here we have basic scenario. For example, we can switch to optimistic. Here it is. And now we can switch to pessimistic. So in every case we'll be able to see the simple payback period, how much money we need. Then for example pessimistic, then basic scenario, then optimistic scenario. And if we're going to present this model to to your investor or business partner, so you can just specify the sales plans for pessimistic, basic scenario, optimistic scenario, and then you will be switching between these scenarios and see what will be the payback period. You can add some other coefficients and financial values, profits, revenues, and so on, and you'll be just playing with this stuff and see what will be the what will happen with the diagram. So this is if function, if condition formulas are very important in scenario play. So also data validation is also very important. So you're not just typing manually, you're just selecting, you are not making mistakes. So if you are able to use data validation plus condition formulas, this gives you a huge step ahead when you are presenting your business model to investors and to your business partners and so on. So maybe this video was valuable for you. You may just give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.